Hello, hello, as I reappear there a little bit late. We are back with the last map on Inferno here with Triumph taking on Rebirth here. We got the knife round underway. We should be getting into action here soon. It's going to be Triumph actually winning that knife round, so they'll be starting on that CT side. A small victory there. We'll see if they're able to utilize that, but we'll go ahead and hop right into the game. Here is the score tied up all together 1-1, map for map, each team picking up their map pick. And now it comes down to this decider. I think the decider that most likely, unless Triumph have been putting in work, have wanted to avoid. And versus Rebirth, with their current play style, they're very momentum based. So I have to imagine that that last map win going to be carrying a little bit over into this next map here. So we'll see if that's the case here soon. Match is paused, but oh no, looking forward to this third map here.
Yeah, me as well. It takes a whole sort of mental shift here from Triumph to get this one back and to get this best of three back within their favor. Momentum wise, it's really all in the hands of Rebirth right now. But anything could happen. We shall see. And yeah, it's kind of both teams. They're having roster changes. And Inferno being one of those maps that is just so important to be tried and true with your five. It's going to be interesting to see how each one deals with that, with sort of offsetting penalties on each side.
Yeah, it's certainly the case here. We got this time a pretty heavy setup towards Banana. Four players stacked over here. It's only Cynic holding things down towards the A side, and it does look like that's where Rebirth are gearing up here, so could certainly overwhelm Cynic quite quickly. They've got a good set of utility on the back of Carson. They can smoke Moto, isolate these duels, as you do see Cooper eventually come forward here and rotate in. He's going to kind of hold over towards Arch instead of backing up. Doesn't want to give away the game here too early, but still, it looks like Rebirth gearing up for this explosive setup. Actually, that smoke going to land to kind of isolate Cooper instead of what I thought would be Cynic here. He's going to land in towards Hay Bales and trying to one-way off of that one. Cooper still on site. He wasn't expecting 60, and I wasn't either. Here's now it's only Cynic. He doesn't find anything, understandably so, gets overwhelmed, and 5v3. It's what is shaping up to be another pistol round right now for Rebirth. Look at this play. 60's got so much control.
Yeah, they're just so on it right now. 60 with a 2k on his hands, and B-Wolves and Viz, there's just not that much they can do at this point. And man, if certainly Rebirth is going to take this pistol, it's just continuing their current role that they have going on, and should be able to string some together off the back of this one.
Certainly a possibility there. Viz gets himself a little consolation prize, an extra $300 in his back pocket. On top of that, he saves his Kevlar here, not taking a point of damage on the armor. So two little victories. Does he have... Oh no, Viz, you took one. He was too close to bomb. That's honestly not that big of a deal. I imagine he wouldn't have wanted to spend that extra 350 anyways into an eco round. But certainly a small detail, as we will see that another pistol round. I feel like Rebirth, they've been having a lot of success with these pistols, and Triumph kind of lacking in that department, at least on their T side, but we'll see if they can fight back. And they haven't been slouching too much with the eco rounds. They've been certainly putting the pressure on. We saw that after Rebirth won the first pistol on their T side, Triumph, they stacked A on Mirage and were able to fight back, so they can certainly do some work, and Viz even able to afford a FAMAS here, so really good scenario for Triumph if they are able to capitalize off of it.
Yeah, certainly. The FAMAS is probably going to be really instrumental here. I'm hoping that this rotate is going to come through quickly from the side of Viz specifically.
Oh.
Hopefully that's going to get called. Just such a nice tap onto Shake Zula there from Carson. And the execute's coming through onto the B site. Rebirth just get it so easily. They don't... Oh, Viz gets taken down so much for that. B-Wills is able to find one. They're going to know now that he's dark. I'm sure they've known that for quite a while, but hey, they're calling it now anyway.
He's still there.
He is still there.
B-Wills is a menace. He'll be taken down here at the end of the day, and I think Cynic may be trying to hold on to that FAMAS. It wouldn't be a bad idea. He does sneak out of dodge there, but will he be able to escape fully? 60 not allowing it. Shuts down that avenue. It's another round for Rebirth, and a lot more comfortable there. That was a unbelievable entry, I believe, by Carson. It was just a beautiful one tap. He's been certainly hitting up the ESEA pre-fire there, or at least the CSGO hub pre-fire, where you can learn how to pre-fire that coffin angle easy as ever. But that being said, we got a Rebirth with a second, and another round probably underway for them as well here, and a little to work, but just USPs.
Oh.
Do you have a Zeus though from Viz? Oh.
Coming through is Carson. Does a lot of damage onto the second after taking out Viz. And he is going to finish. Cooper off. B-Wills and Cynic also low. Doesn't matter too much for them. It is an eco, but I mean, it hurts that they're not able to do as much damage as they might have hoped. Cynic just going to come through CT spawn here and maybe find somebody's head. It hasn't been working too much. Triumph's ecos haven't been working too much in the past, 2 maps we've been together, but almost.
Yeah, another pretty easily cleaned up round there for Rebirth, and that shows in the economy right now. They're going to most likely go for a bonus. Actually, got to upgrade off of that Mac 10. It seems like they're tossing it around. Instead, going to hand it over to Retchy, maybe to utilize him as that entry. And on the other side of things, CTs, they're lacking some of that head Kevlar, Cooper, Viz, and Shake to be specific. So if that comes back to bite them with only the Mac 10 in play, will certainly be a frustration factor setting in here. It's a fast mid play, and already it's a kill onto Cynic. He actually had head Kevlar. He just wasn't expecting this quick play from Retchy, and now the A bomb site getting pushed forward. Cooper not able to find anything. It is going to be Viz with one, but he can't find anything else. He's totally isolated from the rest of his team, and it's Cooper getting locked out, spam through smoke. The call's been made. The round's been won from Rebirth. They are off to a fiery start right now, and that momentum is continuing over into this map. They are ready to go. Guns blazing.
Yeah, you said it, Exter. They're just not looking like they've lost any energy whatsoever in the time since our last map. They're on Mirage. They're just absolutely going for it. Hopefully, Triumph here is going to save their 3 guns. Cooper still has his off, and that does matter so much for Triumph right now. Man, just hoping they can get on the board soon and sort of shake it off. I mean, you just want to see them be themselves again, do their thing. It's not quite happening yet because Rebirth is just really on it. Beautiful take.
Yeah, that they were not expecting that. It seems like Cynic, I think he got caught a little bit lacking there towards mid, not expecting a Mac 10 to jump in his face, and that was pretty much their undoing. They sent 3 players towards Banana. Rebirth, that was a fiery first gun round. In fact, it was even a bonus round there. They're able to upgrade onto Carson with the AUG, and as you can see, Retchy able to pick up onto that AK, so you couldn't have asked for a better start right now for Rebirth. 4-0 situation. That's, a rough nade here, but they're going to walk right to the op of Cooper. He's going to find himself a nice headshot, but instantly traded here, as it will be a fight back from Cynic. He goes 1 for 1. You see that effective USP in the play, and B-Wells here. Now, last line of defense, finds a headshot on Exotic, but he is taken down at the end of the day. Down quite low, and oh my god, Parson knocks B-Wells down from his perch there. It's going to be a rotate quickly back towards B. Brilliant play right now for Rebirth as they have the right read. Shake, he's left wondering what's going on here. What has went wrong? All of my teammates fallen, and he might even fall short to this play. Carson going to hold the line. You're not expecting it. It's just a disaster.
Carson, just absolutely disrespecting Triumph right now with those odd kills, and wow.
Yeah, this is a rough situation. Still though, buys, you see that 3 saved, so another gun round, another opportunity. But man, oh man, this mid control, these 3 players towards B, it hasn't been working so far. It seems like Rebirth are just able to abuse round after round this attempt at taking this banana control.
Oh,
nice grenade though.
yeah, Triumph getting a little bit more aggressive now down banana. It's working so far. They haven't actually
Shake
got...
is committed. Oh, he's bringing 2 different mollies.
And he gets the first, but he's so low at this point. His teammate with him, Carson, does go down.
Oh! Shay gets himself another kill. No scope
Oh my.
onto likes of Zodic. Can't find anything else though. He will fall short at the end of the day. Now Cynic is rotated quite quickly, but it's not going to be the right read here. As you can see, 60, he's making the retreat back towards the A bomb site here. So another round possibly being saved here from Cynic in the 1v2. I don't think he'll be too interested in going for this. Going to tuck himself down towards triple, and I mean, what can you do if you're Triumph right now? On both sides of the map, you see a 2-for-2 trade, or rather a what is it, a 3-for-2 trade that just not working out well. And now you've got another round that's possibly given over. Yeah, you're gonna see Cynic just hold on to that op, try and keep that one for the next one. Hopefully, you can make some sort of use. And really, I don't know what it's gonna take at this point, because Shake is usually that player on Banana that is often abused, but he's been doing a good work at trying to hold this down. Despite, you know, the utility coming his way, despite starting the round on 6 HP, he still manages to find 2 kills, and gonna put them in a rough spot right now. Another round for Rebirth. On fire.
Yeah, absolutely on fire right now. It's Shake's impressive. He's just so cool, calm, and composed. It's definitely something that I hope he's I mean, he does bring to his team already. I hope he's able to
Look at the money on the T side.
keep that going. It's just it's silly. It's silly at this point, really. And yeah, like you were saying, I don't know what it's gonna take for Triumph here. It's just a difficult situation energy-wise for them. Just not quite able to stop the bleeding out of Rebirth Esports right now, and there's no sign of them stopping. It's something's gonna have to happen. Somebody's gonna come out with some crazy clutch or something. But if nothing happens like that, I really don't know how Triumph's gonna close this up. Hopefully they'll get their economy back in check after this one, though.
Yeah, I can certainly start with this eco from Triumph. That would be a great start here. And they're actually committing Cynic here early on. Zodic on the other end of that duel, but not a peek here. Not going to be the aggression from Zodic. He's not going to go for it, and now the play gets switched up towards the B bomb site, where Shake is left alone with his only lonesome P250 that he's trying to hold on. You do see some cavalry arrive in the form of Beewles and Cynic, but they've already run boosted across towards CT spawn. There's a gap in this smoke, and it's going to be abused from the likes of Shake. He finds himself some good work with that P250. Still, though, site in their control and a little bit of lacking weaponry. There's a nice little gap of that smoke abused from the likes of Zodic, and Carson mops 2 up with the Mac 10, so that's cash in his back pocket as Cooper. Most likely, I think he's going to try and make the long play to get that up, but now look who's guarding it. It's Retchy and Carson holding down this weapon. Cooper, he wants that up so bad.
Oh no.
He hears the footsteps, so he knows it's going to be held. Should
This
be able
is
to
so
take on
sad,
Retchy, though.
Triumph.
Oh,
and
that
he
was a
does.
nice shot. Yeah, great work
well,
right now from
at
Rebirth,
least.
just abusing time and time again.
Yeah, truly, they're just not stopping, not letting up, and not making any silly plays that we see, you know, a lot of teams that are not quite premier make, you know, getting kind of comfortable in their lead. They're just keeping that pressure on, not stopping. It's good to see them practicing, like playing their real game, and hopefully Triumph here. I don't even know what to say. I just hope they can get something going. They now have enough to buy guns. That's a positive thing.
Still, the Cynics, I mean, he's been using that on every map. They're all 3, and we'll see if that is the ticket into a possible first round. They need to get the ball moving, though. They're nearly lost the half, and, you know, if you do end the half with a with the 8-7, I think that they'd be very happy with that sort of swinging momentum. It's Inferno, obviously, pretty balanced map all in all. And Cooper making some noise there, finally able to get an opening pick there. That is what Triumph so often kind of rely on, and this time they stack 4 over towards A. But once again, the fast B play, the Rebirth commitment here They're ready to go through this smoke. One goes down, and now Shake. He's going to throw a smoke towards Banana, but they'll be able to go through it here. He gets that smoke off just too little too late. Able to find the adjustment onto Carson, though, as the mollies rain in. Shake holding the line here. Zodic trying to jump up on top of this first orange box. Won't be able to do it here, and Shake. They're going to walk right into his crosshair. And a third. Zodic right around the corner. And nice back step. Nice back pedal there from Shake. Not giving up the game too easily. Shake goes in. He will go out at the end of the day. Opening up the possibility here in the 1v5. Zodic, he's blinded up with a flash. He gets out of dodge. So, oh, if that was the third, I saw it happening. Oh my god, though. B-Will's able to secure that first one. It got a little bit dicey, but Zodic is going to save that day. But I will say, Rebirth, they're having some excellent reads right now in the map control department. You see that they're constantly hitting these sites where they have one or, you know, if it's on A, 2 players defending. And
Yeah.
that is a promising sign here for the half for Rebirth. But all in all, we'll see if there's any sort of recovery here, if there's any sort of follow-up from the CT side here.
Yeah, that's pretty massive. I like how it did get dicey at the end there, but it's funny that Triumph's first round was just so incredibly convincing and so clean for the first bit of it anyway. Looks like Rebirth is going to come through out of apps. Rek's going to find one getting taken out, so that's him and Rechi down. B-Wills has a good read on the fact that the rest of Rebirth is coming up Banana. We're not going to see a rotate yet come through because nobody's extended out yet. They're going to start doing so. A call comes through. Shake's going to get the first one onto Carson. B-Wills gets the second. B-Wills.
Oh.
It's Sonic, and it's going to be a second for Triumph. Pull. We have life. We have a pulse. Triumph is coming back.
Yeah, they are starting to feel it. It's been Shake this time, though, leading the team by charge there with just constant pressure, the constant worry of an op staring down that Banana angle over towards Coffins. He's been very effective in the only 2 rounds that they've had so far, so it's see if they can pick this one up, as it is going to be a MAC-10 still in the hands of Rechi. Even though you could afford a weapon onto Rechi, he's been opting for this MAC-10. I'm not sure why, maybe trying to just utilize him as a bait. We've seen it be effective in the first round here, or rather the first round that they picked up. First gun round, that is, good lord. But not so effective here as Fizz, he gets taken 1 for 1, and now the rotates do come in. This time Triumph, they've got a stacked A bomb site rather than only 2 players in defense here. Another kill goes forward for B-Wells, making his name known in the server. Here's Carson burning down in pit. Cooper holding that angle steady and should be able to find himself a couple aims over towards Porch, and will find the finishing kill onto the likes of Zodic. So a third in a row right now for Triumph. And these rounds, they're looking pretty convincing. It looks like they've finally, I don't know what it took. I don't know if it was the timeout that really encouraged it.
I don't even know what happened.
A light switched in the heads of the Triumph members. They realized that this is the last map. This is their last chance to try and take this series.
Yeah, and finally it's happening for them. And this is why we love Counter-Strike, ladies and gentlemen. It can look so bad and then turn around and look so good. And here we are, Triumph on their 3rd round. Looking just fine, comfortable. And Rebirth on a bit of a broken bye here. Not anything too bad, but Rek is just down to a deagle. Kinda whatever.
Nice.
Shake Zula is gonna find the first pick onto 6C. That's 1 big gun down.
Yeah, that's a great opener there from the likes of Shake. Once again, speed a menace on Banana. This time, I feel like he's really upped his game in the op department over there towards Banana. I saw a lot of times in their match versus Third Impact and getting abused, but now they've finally sucked the landing over in this part of the map. But now, once they run into one op, they're going to run right into the other. Cooper holding the line here towards mid, and it goes unchecked there. It seems like Carson really thinking that there's a player towards Arch. In fact, it's all of Rebirth, rather, that think there's a player Arch. But now they're going to try and run in towards this A-bomb site. The stack, once again, 4 players here. And I don't know what changed. I don't know what went off in Triumph's mind, but they finally, it seems like, have the right reads in these rounds. Maybe it's the fact that Shake is kind of pushed up here aggressive towards Banana, but with 25 seconds left, there's no real in towards this site. They're going to try with the smoke, but he's on top of the balcony and can just spot them out. Yeah, finds the first one, and this should be all Triumph all the way. Yeah, Cooper finds that next one. It's all going to be down to Zodic. I think he's going to try and get out with the op. He just nearly gets into Boiler, but that doesn't secure his life. There's 5 seconds left on the round. They might just wait this timer out until it expires, and now the pressure really comes down to if he's able to get out around the corner, he's safe.
Yeah, now things just kind of flip completely on their head. As we were saying, like, I don't even know what happened. Maybe somebody started screaming. Maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody's mom told them they love them. Something happened in between the last 4 rounds, and Triumph is now making quite the comeback. They're going to force Rebirth to take a second to think here. And they're not going to be able to get too great of a buy. Zodic still is going to be able to have his op in his hands, but besides that, not really sure what they're going to do around it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a force buy here from Rebirth. It seems like they're just committing to the pistols, but I want to see them utilize Zodic's op here, maybe to try and take the fight towards Shake. I've seen a lot of times, and at least Triumph Smash versus Third Impact, that the op of Walker was often taking the fight forward towards Shake and was able to abuse it. You know, the kind of the IGL, he's got a lot to focus on, so sometimes falls asleep at the wheel a little bit. But this time, Shake, he's been just bleeding so many different people, and this time it's once again the op to kick things off. Another 4v5 advantage that they're able to have, and this time it was the op of Zodic that goes down here as they just rotate 3 players over towards A. Have a pretty standard setup. Molly is good, and they've just been blocking Rebirth over towards brackets time and time again. They're just holding these positions down, holding them steady. And look at this play from Cynic. He's not ready to back off here. Flash goes in, but he's just fully committed to spray downs. Good. B-Will's in for support. All the kills go forward in a matter of seconds, and it's Triumph on a 5th. They are looking poised to really win out this half. It was the 8-7 half that I think that they wanted so bad. And again, not sure what changed, what went on in that timeout, but it was a turnaround ever since that moment.
Maybe it's because you said 8-7 half. You manifested this.
Well, usually it's the caster's curse, not the caster's
right?
blessing. Maybe we'll see a 9-6 half just to spite me.
Yeah, it's just so close. But so far. And yeah, Triumph just having some really great reads. Cynic here gets Molly able to smoke himself out, and he gets 1 and 2 before getting taken out. B-Will's with the crossfire gonna clean up what was left behind, and it's all up to Carson to do whatever he really wants to do here. I'm not quite sure what he's gonna choose, but he's quite stuck.
That getting might be a way out right there, yeah. Well, he goes in towards Arch. Cooper misses an op shot, a rare miss from Cooper. Hard shot to hit there over towards Boiler, but still looking good for Triumph either way. Carson, he has plenty of time to work with. The question is, when does it start to become unreasonable here? When do you start to call in the save? A full HP bar means that he might be still interested in going for this, but look, Shake has this angle on lockdown pretty much here. And even with this reposition from the likes of Cooper, they've got every angle covered. Shake just holding the line. Pete goes in. Shake, he does not fall asleep at the angle. He this time just nails the shot. Shake and Cooper, kind of the not necessarily the heroes of that round, but have been the heroes in this comeback. This time it's B-Wills and I believe Viz, or no, it was Cynic over towards Arch side, just getting 2 kills, 2 spray downs apiece. So it's very effective on that rifle and instantly win the round for Rebirth, or rather Triumph.
This is quite a great rally we're seeing here from Triumph. Rebirth onto their pistols again. Certainly can still make something happen, but they're going to get quite damaged here. Trying to make their way up Banana. Not going to be easy to do so. And I think Triumph is going to know they're getting pretty pinched here. They should have some info on that. Is he going to get taken out as he tries to, I don't know, get a pick up it, I suppose?
I think he was going for the op. Or just maybe trying to gain some map control here. They're just going to run through the smoke, though. And Shake, he gets one and he gets out. B-Will's through the smoke as well. Follows it up here as the entries are going in the way right now of Triumph. Bomb gets tapped and Rek not committing to it. Instead, he's going to find this kill. Make it into a 1v2. here. Teague's still in hand. He's committed to this one. And he does upgrade onto that AK, that nice one-shot headshot here. But instead, he's looking to take the fight, looking to equalize this round here. And Cynic, he might be interested in pushing forward. Finds another headshot on for the 1v1. Certainly a player that you want in this scenario. Here is Rek. Will he expect a player close behind him? It looks like he's not going to quite turn in time. Viz takes a shot, nails it, and it's a 7th for Triumph. 7th in a row, in fact, as they're looking to win out that half. We will see an 8-7 half, thank goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, how crazy is that, eh? It looked so bad for so long, and now Triumph is back and is tied up this half. Just really happy for them. They're also going to be at a double up setup again, so that's going to be good for Shake and Cooper, who we know are pretty sick with it. Exotic with his on the other side. And getting aggressive up Banana. B-Wills gets 2 before getting taken out. Viz is going to go down as well. But it's a 2 for 2, so nothing really to write home about. It's going to offset.
This is the best round we've seen from them in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
A nice, comfortable 3v3 for Rebirth. They'll be happy with it.
Yeah, nice, comfortable 3v3. That's definitely what I'm thinking when I think of 3v3. Shake Zula's going to hold this angle. Oh, nice. He makes it happen.
Oh, it's looking really good right now for Triumph. They cannot be stopped at the moment. From 7-0 in what looked to be a very demoralizing start to the half, ends up to be what most likely is 8-7, and it's Shake to close it out. They are clawing this game back tooth and nail. They make that half look like it makes us forget Rebirth even looked like they were the dominant team at the start of this third map.
Yeah, it's like we're all back to 0. Everything is, well, just about neutral, but it's certainly the momentum in the favor of Triumph now. You called it, Exner. You called it.
I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of a little bit confusing there for Rebirth. I don't know if they lost steam, if they ran out of gas, but they could not get themselves into this one. And now they're staring about down the barrel of a very difficult situation where you're kind of out of this momentum. You're out of, not the game just yet, but it certainly is starting to feel like Triumph have just picked up the pace and been constantly punishing you with the double op. This time they're going to be starting on the T side, and you know, Inferno can swing both ways. Rebirth have looked pretty good on their CT side so far. And we'll see if they got anything in store for us here for map number 3. We'll see how deep this map pool goes for this CT side. It's one of the reasons I love the new best of 3 format so much, is that we get these third maps, we get to go the distance, and we get to see, you know, how much these teams are working with.
Absolutely. Yeah, speaking of depth, it's good to see. While we know that a lot of trades were made today, both of these teams having one new player. It's Cynic on the side of Triumph and 60 on the side of Rebirth. And yeah, it's really testing the depth of both teams here. Everyone really has to show up, especially on Inferno, especially in a BO3. One map's just not enough. I totally get the argument of a BO1, but definitely glad that we get to see BO3s in Premiere.
Me too, especially for like such a kind of small season, a short season. It's nice to have those best of 3s, and on top of that, it's good practice for the teams. I know we've kind of hit this point into the ground at this point. Everyone in North America knows that we all want best of 3s. We all want better practice. We all want, you know, many different changes, and I'm glad to see it being made there from Esea. So huge shout out to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm wondering if Rebirth, they have anything left in them. Triumph, it looks like all of a sudden turned up and in the first half out of nowhere, out of the blue, and now Rebirth losing 8 rounds in a row. It's not going to be easy for them to pull this one back. You know, they're going to need a fiery start like they did, and this time they're going to need to be able to have enough gas in the tank to close it out. So, all in all, should be what turns out to be an interesting one. I'm hoping, we get that sweet third map Inferno overtime that we so often see in CS:GO, but who knows?
Yeah, it's gonna be a big mental switch to hit here for Rebirth. Just an incredible comeback from Triumph. Really hoping to see that energy just carry itself. And we saw it carry itself from one map to the next for Rebirth, so there's no reason why it can't come from one half to the next here for Triumph.
That'd be like a little Rebirth huddle.
Yeah. Maybe we just need that.
All of them are AFK, either that or all of them heading to the bathroom. But
yeah, it's just
it could be a little bit of a just discussion going on right now in this halftime, trying to figure out what their game plan is, because again, a long roll ahead of them. Still 8-7 half. It's pretty even, but with how dominant we see Triumph come back into that one, it does feel like it's a world of difference. Rebirth, they look dominant, but I guess recency bias tells us that Triumph, they're gonna be the ones controlling the series, and should hopefully be getting into this action relatively soon. Maybe, I'm not sure. Who knows?
I'm currently just like looking at everyone's
when
love knife combo.
When I casted Ocean in
Yeah.
playoffs for Advance, I casted SKDC, I think. Actually, like, I probably casted maybe 6 or 7 matches, and I kid you not, those games were the longest games I've ever casted if it went to a third map, because every in between of the map there was a smoke break. Every halftime and every map switch there was a Ocean, and I knew it was coming because everyone in chat would say Ocean is on a smoke break right now, and it was funny. It was funny. I'm only saying this because Ocean just made his recent switch out of CS, so I'd like to shed some light on that. But
yeah, he's so awesome, man. That was hard news to take. It's like I don't know. I'm sure he'll be back in CS at some point. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm also happy for him. Like, I want the best for him. I hope he has a lot of fun in Valorant. I don't know if you saw that clip I posted today of him on Mirage, and he's like, these guys are so patient, man. And then he like smokes, like lights up the smoke. He's just so awesome, man. He's just such a good guy. So much talent has come through, on his shoulders, and he's been such a support.
That's what I'm kind of most bummed about. I kind of always looked at Ocean as the guy that was bringing in new talent. You saw people like specifically, Hiki, I think, is still playing for that team. I'm not sure that that current roster's kind of been all over the place this season, but Hiki was kind of one of the players that if they were able to work with that and had some sort of stability, that Hiki was going to be one of the players that I kind of wanted to look at this season and see how he did, because when you got Ocean on the team, he's got years of team building experience, years of pretty much farming talent, young talent from into the North American CS:GO. I think the most notable is probably Stewie,
which is crazy. Like, that's crazy to think about. Yeah, so that's really the loss. And we will be getting into the match for the second half of the final map of Rebirth versus Triumph today. Triumph just coming back off from 7-0 to 8-7 on their half. Pretty huge, and we'll see how that translates into this next one.
Yeah, we got what looks to be a fast A-side play, and the big difference here is that Rebirth are taking the fight, and Rechi, he's ready to get some rounds on the board once again. 2 openers there on a pistol round of all rounds. He finds 2 through mid, and yeah, you see a stark difference in the way that these two teams play A on pistol, one having only 1 player committed towards pit, and this time Rebirth having the right read of stacking 4 players here, and a huge emphasis right now towards apartments. Zodic with a good reposition here to get towards that balcony towards that off angle where it so often goes unchecked and can just kind of tap away with the low HP bar, try and find some heads before he gets traded. But here we got Cooper in first at bat, and I think Reggie certainly saw him here. Smoke goes in, but look at that. Reggie still has a smoke for that molly, so he's going to be so effective from this position. Zodic drops down, and this is exactly what you wanted to see from Rebirth. They're playing it to perfection. 60 with another, and B-Will's now left alone. An impossible situation, and a perfect start to half number 2 for Rebirth.
Yeah, that was massive. Not only did Rebirth hold their positions and really stay put there, like not get too excited about anything, but I mean, Reggie having that smoke for Pitt, just really good foresight of him, made a huge difference there. Rebirth getting the first round of this half. And they should be able to make some money here too. This is a smart call.
How many knives have we seen?
That's 3. That's the third one.
That is 3 too many, maybe, but luckily it's on an anti-eco, and the MP9's on banana. Gonna farm up some money, although I say that, and they actually somehow make it through the smoke, catch a little bit of reload timing there. What on earth? Zodic just nails the headshot. Cross map. It's like same thing with MP9 there. Long distance spray there, but they might actually get a plant down here. 2 entries from Cooper with the P250, and this is huge dollars being made here. Certainly going to be dollars being spent from Cooper in the next one when he picks up that op. Cooper, while he will go down, he's certainly pulled Triumph a great eco round there with the 2 entries and the bomb plant. Pretty much a dream scenario for Triumph in that round.
Yeah, that's great. Triumph going to be able to buy guns at an op here. Onto the hands of Cooper. We'll see where he takes it. Should be pretty helpful. Rebirth gonna back up from peeking up mid too quickly. Oh, Cooper is just getting eaten by that molly. He's able to get out of it. Thank goodness.
Good bit of damage there. Good use of utility. Look at this. Zodic this time trying to play aggressive out in the open. I wonder if 60 playing over there towards the B-bomb site will pick up the op here soon like Shake did. Kind of punish that. But instead just holding on to that MP9 here with this round. It's going to go in pretty deep. In fact, a couple nades as it won't quite find B-Wills. But if just a second went down there, it could have been really good there. And that's a perfect opening. Cynic taken down and not a trade to be found right now for Triumph.
T. Connors in the chat asking who is underdogs.
That's a good question here. I might be able to answer it after this peek from Cooper. Zodic gets taken down. Cooper not able to find that one. And a little bit of timing works in the favor of 60. 2 on 5, and it does look like a pretty clean round of opening gun round. Although look at this play from B-Wills. If he gets a little bit of timing going his way, which he does. Takes down Reggie, and now his position, he's cut off the rotations here. Oh, but Viz goes down. That's the key play. You need to stay alive, and Sonic to find the last one. But to answer your question, T. Connors, I have no clue. It's really tough to say. Rebirth and Triumph switched players. I think that now both teams have kind of a good read. The only problem right now for Triumph, though, in this last map is that they've kind of had a rough history on Inferno, so that gotta play a factor in this one. But all in all, not sure.
Yeah, like at the beginning of all of this, before we saw anything, like before the BO3 started, I would have said Triumph. Ooh.
Yeah. You would have said Triumph
no.
is the underdog?
Oh, sorry. Other way around.
Should have
Rebirth
won.
is the
Gotcha.
underdog.
Yeah,
and
I would have
Triumph
said the
should
same
have won.
thing.
But now we're on to the third map here. Viz getting 1 and almost gets the second, but Carson is going to clean it up. Shake's already been taken down with that Kobe we saw just a second ago. And Triumph is really on their toes right now, just back in spawn, while Rebirth is playing super aggressively. They know the bomb is down. They know that Triumph is at a disadvantage here. And they're just kind of holding them to it. I guess backing up now.
I think it's the right call there. I think they bought so much time and they've created so much chaos right now for Triumph that they're going to be working with little to none. I think they actually managed to throw away that weapon, as I don't see them being picked up just yet. But all in all, it's a good start. But it does look like Triumph, they're going to have the right read here. If they abuse this A bomb site. There's only 2 in defense. They've got an Opera as well, the likes of Zodic. So with this reposition, should be a decent opportunity opening up here for Triumph if they're just able to find these entries. And you have Cooper at the helm. He's done a lot of work with these pistols as we've seen so far in the series, but has to do a lot more to get this one. B-Will's entering in through apartments, jumping out here, trying to create some chaos. Cooper gets taken down, but it's traded instantly from Cynic here as a push comes through. They're going to go ahead and give up the plant here, and on top of that, give Cynic a weapon. He can do so much work from this position here. He's picked up a flash as well to help out B-Wills, get him into a nice post plant, get a little bit of information, peeks forward. He spots out Zodic over towards Odo here as Molly goes in towards Pit. That'll isolate here, but Cynic, he gets taken down, and that was the key in order for Rebirth to win that round. Great job from Zodic to finish it out as well.
Yeah, really clean up shots there. Just, they look so easy for him. And allowing Rebirth to win this one with 3 guns, their economy is looking stellar. That being said, Triumph is still going to be able to put together a buy. It's just, they've really got to win this one.
Yeah, and they've got the weapons to
forcing quite a bit.
They got the weapons to do so here. They should be looking pretty good in this round, but they certainly want to get this one underway here. We really don't want to see another situation where you have to wait for a light to switch on before Triumph start winning these rounds. See if they dug themselves too much of a grave here, but it looks like they are going to overwhelm the A bomb site here. Zodic, seeing what he can do if he's just quick on the rotate. That's a fast flick. He's going for more as well. Spots out the likes of Cynic here, but tough angle, tough shot to land, and Cynic able to control that recoil beautifully so. Oh my god, what on earth was that? You saw Cynic had to pause for a second. He hits a jumping headshot.
It's like, what?
Unbelievable. Yeah, you could visually see that he had to reset right there. He's like, that should not happen, but it certainly did in your face.
Oh, somebody clip it.
Rebirth. I have no words.
Yeah, just Triumph looking great. Oh, under pressure there. Carson with the one tap onto
Nice.
B-Wills. Just not gonna let him get by.
A one tap for a one tap, although I will say it was a much more impressive one tap from Cynic.
I really hope there's a clip because I want to watch that back really bad.
Oh yeah, I think we got Triumph social media manager, and I'm almost certain that's going on Twitter. Carson though, unable to get out of dodge there, get out with his AK, and with the money looking pretty good on a couple, 60, he might go for the double up. Instead, he might drop a couple of weapons over. I'm not sure what he'll opt to do. Does look like he'll drop an M4. He could afford an op here. He's not going to go for it though. Instead, chooses the utility, chooses the M4 and the rifle. So maybe a comfort pick. Maybe 60 not really comfortable with opping on banana. But either way, Rebirth, they could possibly start bleeding this lead that they just picked up once again back in favor of Triumph if they continue to lose these rounds, and without any saving, their money can get put in a really rough situation.
Yeah, and it could happen so quickly here. Like you said, they could just start bleeding. We'll see what exactly goes down. Triumph putting considerable pressure towards apps. Nothing happening yet, and Rek and Zodic are pushed up really close. Rek is gonna find the first one onto Viz. Zodic not even flinching, doesn't even care.
His crosshair was just in the perfect spot there. It looked like he been setting up that one. Well practiced, well versed in the arts of Inferno here. As it will be just walking through the smoke. Somehow though, it's actually a trade 1-for-1. So their Cynic is taken down. It's actually 2-for-1 at the end of the day. And Zodic, he's going to continue to fight with a third kill. He does get traded at the end of the day. Now it's Cooper all left alone with his favorite weapon. He's got the op in his back pocket, but that does not matter. It's a wreck with a nice 1 deeg on a Cooper.
And because of that investment, they really had to win it. It was a force, so they go to win it, and that's huge for them. This is almost another... I guess they're fine, but kind of dire straits for both teams right now. Really close in terms of like who would get set back by this one. Rebirth, of course, with the lead here, is slightly more comfortable. Triumph really wanting to close this one up before it gets any worse. Putting 3 on A and putting some more pressure towards mid. A little less aggressive than we saw them play in the previous rounds.
Yeah, and honestly, the aggression is what did work out for them
Yeah.
It was a really fast A play that they were just... I mean, they went through the mollies and went through the smokes. This time, they're going to once again opt for the slower play and choose instead to try and take this banana control, which they have in fact found, but Zodic, he's been so helpful at holding this A bomb site, and Cynic, he falls short once again, taken down. It really looks like this map has been a story of who can op who, because every angle that, you know, the T's in general have been peaking has been an op just posted, and now they don't even want to deal with Zodic. They're going to head towards the other side of the map, the B site, where it's just 60 and Carson. And well, 60 does get smoked off. He's ready to throw a flash for his teammate here. Goes in. Mollied out Carson, though. He's going to be forced to fight. He fights two. He can't get a third. No, he'll be traded, but he's done so much to help out his team here and trying to pick up this 13th. 60 is still on site with 30 seconds left. Bot time for the rotates here. Shay gonna go for the plant, but a missed opportunity, a missed shot from 60. And he's gonna get punished for it. Cooper able to find that response, and Cooper as well able to get into a nice post plant in towards new box. The exact spot that you want to be in this position. And with that, they have Shake posted up towards Coffin. So covering all the angles here right now and not making a move. It's going to be first in. Shake going to find the first. He's still holding steady. And no peek coming through from Cooper just yet. He's going to instead hold towards New. He finds the first, and this should be all over. Zodic, he's got his deagle out in no time. He's going to fold. He's going to give this one up and Triumph. They get themselves on to double digits. It's a 10th. Cooper goes down with a ship, though.
That's a big round for Triumph there. I totally thought Zodic was going to pull something crazy. He's been so good all map, and same with last map with that op. As you were saying, just kind of a tale of two ops here. Not quite, and Triumph on to 10. Certainly encouraging for them. And they're able to, again, you know, reset themselves by rifles, by needs. Everything they should need to close up this gap.
Yeah, not the greatest of weapons there. And luckily for Zodic, he was able to hold on to that op. So a pretty big victory there in the defeat of the last round for Rebirth. But all in all, going back to the slow style here, and this time they don't have to worry about that op staring down over towards A. Instead, it's over towards B. But what they do have to worry about is 4 players that have recently rotated in. They're already pushing forward. It's already an opening there for Recchi. Rec finds one as well, with Fizz on site, trying with his 35 bullets with the Galil to find all of the kills. He does get traded eventually, but he's done so much work here. And still, it's Recchi. They know he's in sight, but B-Will's jumping on top of the box. He will get taken down. It's shaken 1v2.
Oh.
And he's not able to find anything. The stack proves to be effective at the end of the day for Rebirth. And now you enter into a disaster scenario for Triumph. They've got to use whatever they can muster up. Maybe a couple pistols, but they will not have great weaponry in this round.
Yeah, that was just a really great read from Rebirth, and really beautiful trust on each other. Just as soon as they knew that Triumph was not banana, hit it with the rotate. B-Will's onto Zodic. That takes care of that. Goodbye, sir. And the op is down on the side of Rebirth.
That is
Triumph
one way.
onto pistols, but does it really matter?
That is one way to deal with that opera of Zodic there. Not a bad start to the round for Triumph. We can see so often that once these Eco rounds start to look more and more like they are going in the way of the T's, it can quickly damage that round lead. We've seen it all throughout the series now, and might even see it again. It's going to be Recchi looking to try and equalize, though. Now this is where the problem comes in for the CTs. They're committed to very passive setup here, relying a lot on the likes of Rec and a lot on the likes of Recchi as well. As the take is going to come through. It's Recchi on the site. He's not able to find anything. He gets instantly taken down here. And now it's all going to come down to Rec, who hasn't made his position known. Still hasn't made his position known. Hiding in towards mini pit. And the only problem right now for Rebirth is they haven't gotten those good post plants here. You're going to see finally that Rec strikes, but he only gets one. And it will be a push through the smoke. But Rebirth are going to most likely bleed another round. Unless 60 has anything to say about it in the 1v3, but he's going to fall off already.
Yeah, and just as we saw a really great rotate from Rebirth on the last round, they're not going to quite get it right on this one, and Triumph just does a great job in their post plants. They got set up really efficiently, and was it Wreck? Yeah, Wreck got one, but they found him pretty quickly, and then that was that. So an 11th on the round for Triumph, keeping this close. It's just a really good matchup, this one. Very competitive from both sides. And now Cooper's going to get the op back.
I'm smelling some overtime here.
Yo, it's so likely.
Third map, rounds traded back and forth over and over again. It's spells it on the walls. You can see the writing, and we can see if Triumph can continue to fight back. It's gonna be a force bind response right now from Rebirth. This should be a touchdown from 60, and in fact it is. Nice crispy 130 damage goes forward, but the question is, they haven't stopped this push, and Cooper is going to walk in, and just like that, Carson, he walks right into the scope pretty much and opened up. B-bomb site, smoke for the molly, and yeah, there you go, right in towards it. Cooper, he's not afraid of anything right now. Running in with the Tech 9, he's going in with the op now, turning around, and he gets around the corner just in time to stay alive there, not to worry about that player. And Garden missed op shot, though. He can't get out of dodge as well. It's going to be 60 firing back with one. And that's a huge pick. It stops Cooper from playing any more of a role in this one. Instead, it's going to be Shake with that new box op. He can do a lot of work. There you go.
Yeah, Shake is not going to let that one through. Gets two.
Oh.
Almost gets the third, but Rek is going to shut him down, B-Wills. Gets the trade. It's probably not going to matter too much. The 12th for Triumph. Yeah, I actually think you're right. Yeah, it's just so back and forth. Triumph looking like they're poised to close this one up. There's not much Rebirth can do to stop the bleeding just yet, considering their economy is quite broken, and you definitely don't want that going on past round 13. So,
yeah,
bit of a reset here for them.
This is going to be a huge reset. It will most likely allow for Triumph to tie things up here. Cooper actually doesn't spot them. Pushing down towards the bottom of mid. This should be 2 free pickups, although B-Wills, he turns out in time. Wreck gets taken down, and now they have to worry about alt mid, and the pit player here is all the kills going forward. Turning around, Cynic to close it out with a nice 4K. The young gun, the new gun, Fresh Blood to Triumph, is able to find the 4K. Makes that eco round look a little bit scary, though, for Triumph.
Yeah, certainly. Now that things are all tied up, it's Rebirth again gonna try to
a double save of sorts.
Yeah.
I want to see
definitely
Reggie
trying to play for the win here. Yeah, Reggie with the mag in his hands can certainly do some damage. Cooper gets taken out after getting one. Does put some damage onto Carson.
But the volley, they don't allow for the exit with that mag 7 of all guns there. They couldn't get the op. I think that nade actually pulled it back towards Banana, and they did not want to peek into that just rain of fire that was being propped from the tees. As one shot goes in for Wreck, and he'll go immediately out. Not looking to repeat that. Has no interest in that business. Exotic, he's going to have to hold down things from Graveyard here. He has to do a lot. His position still gone unchecked, unknown. Here's it will be a nice 1D onto the likes, and Wreck in sight. He can make things possible, but unfortunately does not for Rebirth. Both players on site, but a smoke towards Moto going to make things hard for Carson here. He's going to walk right through it. He has to go huge. Catches the back of Jake. Can't find Cynic, though. The closer is good. He looked so close, but all in all, it will be a 14th for Triumph. They take the lead at the perfect time, as now the full buy once again coming through from Rebirth, but this is coming down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. Disconnect from Viz here. Match pause.
I'm glad it was not in the middle of a round. Thank goodness. It would be such a disappointment to lose a round because of that.
Yeah, that stuff sucks so much.
But it won't be the case. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, and Rebirth will be able to buy again, and like you said, it's really down to the wire now. Triumph at 14, and but they're just so close. These teams are still. It's entirely possible there's going to be another rally, and we could go to OT, and anything could happen. But Rebirth here with the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, I think that this round...
Triumph, I mean.
Yeah, I think this round really needs to be a win for Rebirth. They've got all of the money. They can buy up everything that they possibly want, but need to be able to close this one down here. It's so crucial. It's so important. Because if they lose this one, they'll be up against match point with what will most likely be, what is the round loss bonus? 3,400, so they might have FAMASs, they might have upgraded pistols, MP9s, and the such, but still, their backs will be up against the wall, and that's not where you want to be when the score is 13-14, and we will get the game underway here. Round gonna continue, and it'll still be a good buy-in from... Oh, finally we're seeing the double up. 60, when it counts the most, he's going to pick it up. We'll see whether or not he's able to be effective on it. He looks like he might go aggressive here. Instead of just holding it at the corner, flashed off of the angle, and yeah, he'll immediately pretty much retreat back towards CT spawn. So far, the ops not making too much noise, but instead Triumph gearing up for an A-side hit.
Yeah, and it's a good gamble that Rebirth's been holding it with 3. It could be quite overwhelming depending on how explosive this is and how quickly those rotates come in. The call will go out. Zodic, pardon me, is going to hit the first one onto Viz. That's going to bring a rotate through from Carson. And Triumph is going to kind of take it a bit slower now after losing 1 and showing their hand.
That was such a risky play there from Retchy. He jumps into the op. He's able to dodge up on the flash, so in still holding at the corner. It's going to be Retchy. He's up against the world, though. 3 players around the corner, right towards mid, and Rec ready to support, but they've got such a strong setup. But another missed shot from Cooper. He's missed a couple in a row now, and that could be the Triumph's undoing. An unfortunate couple of whiffs there as Cooper looking like he's shaking his head, trying to figure out what went wrong here, and it allows for the reposition of the op of Zodic, who still hasn't made his presence known. The smokes are going to start to rain in, but they haven't cleared this angle, and Zodic, he's been so good all game. He'll find himself another smoke get off the angle. Here's where Retchy strikes, and just like that, it's a 14th round, a flawless one for Rebirth. And I don't know if it could... It's going to all 30 at the very least, if not overtime.
Absolutely, man. Zodic and Retchy there just playing off each other so well. Yeah, so Rebirth, the worst case scenario did not happen for them. The best case scenario did. And now, if we didn't have a game before, we certainly have one now. Absolutely down to the wire here, folks.
Yeah, we're going the distance for sure. And this is where it counts right now. 60. He has to do so much. He's that aggressive player towards Banana. That's a great grenade once again, but he does allow for this card control to be taken. They walk straight through the smoke. They're not worried about it at all. 60 going to reposition over towards Coffin. Blinded up. He's flashed off as well. And now just a solo player, Carson, but once again he finds 2 on the entry. He's going for more as well, spamming down, fully blind. But Carson, you've done your job. You've done so much delaying out this round. He's still going to hold off towards triple, still staying alive, being a wrench in Triumph's system right now, as they could be possibly looking at that nightmare scenario for the 16th at 60, ready to do it all right now for Rebirth here. It would be a really troubling story if he was the reason why Triumph were not able to close this one out, but either way, it's still Cooper remaining alive with the AWP. He's trying to keep them in the game here. Cooper holding things strong towards CT is 60, looking to make some noise. That scope's been heard. He's double zoomed right now on the position, and right now it's going to be an aggression from Zodic, or rather Cynic, who's in towards CT. No one really making a commitment right now. Biding time for this play, and Rec will finally strike. He gets himself the one. It's all in the back of Cynic right now. He's in the 1v3. He cannot find them all, though. He finds the first only. It's going to be match point secured for Rebirth, as Triumph are going to be fighting for their life in round number 30.
Man, Cynic and Cooper were playing off each other so well for that post plant, but there's just so much you can do when you've got Rebirth coming through like that. Just very well done from them. Rebirth. So patient and so patient over so many rounds to get here. Really professional playing from Rebirth right now, and from Triumph. It's just a hell of a game here, and God, you don't want... I'm not gonna say anything. It's just this. It's gonna be a difficult one from Triumph here. They really have to go off.
You gotta believe in the OT, though.
You gotta believe. You gotta.
60, he's at the top of banana once again. I know he's hungry for these players to peek right into him, as this time he's going to be up against the likes of Cooper and B-Wells here, holding the default towards banana. The flash goes in, and he's going to stay strong in this position, but no commitments have been made right now from Triumph. They're holding steady, waiting this round out here, and I'm wondering if 60 ever gets antsy, if he tries to peek for a little bit of information. B-Will certainly looks like he might be interested in his aggression here, holding behind the broken wall, but they know what remains around the corner. I think they know that their teammates' playstyle here, and this time it looks like they're wrapping towards B, but 60, he's going to find one here as Carson goes in for another 2K. He's been beyond effective in the latter parts of this, and 60 going to shut them down. It might be 60 to win the round. This would be disastrous right now for Triumph. It's 60 last alive on the B bomb site. Missed shot, and it will be Carson instead to close this one out. It's going to be Rebirth closing this one out in a 2-1 fashion, but we went all the way. A valiant effort there from the likes of Triumph, but they do fall short. And Rebirth, congratulations for your win. An unbelievable closer, but my God.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so sad. It just really stings because Triumph played that so well, played that BO3 so well. And just, of course, it ends in a 16-14 like that. Just stinks. But yeah, it's such a competitive BO3 tonight. It was, yeah, great.
60 was never here. Guys, don't listen to chat. He's not. I untimed him out there.
Oh.
He's in chat. It's all right. Hey, 60, thanks for tuning in. But that was an unbelievable game there. It did deliver as I expected. It is going to be a 2-1 at the end of the day, and it was kind of Carson who really stepped up to the plate when Rebirth needed it most. Those last couple of rounds on the B-bomb site, when you're solo and you have to do it all, when your teammates smoked off towards coffins, it was Carson to hold it down there with an incredible couple of multi-kill rounds. But guys, that is not all we have for you in Premiere. I'm going to be casting plenty of times. I'm sure I'll be back with Nat once again. But make sure to follow us on Twitter if you want to know when we're casting again. If you enjoy it, if you want to support us, hit us up on Twitter at Exner20. If you do !! Twitter and chat mods, I know you're still here. Do that now. And also I'll post Bambi's Twitter as well. But thank you all so much for tuning in. That's all we have for you tonight. And we will be back here next week with some more Premiere action. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll probably go ahead and raid a nice NA player. But peace out, guys.
Thanks, guys.